Hello, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to episode number 30, I think it is, of The Road to Glory here on FIFA 18 Ultimate Team. I do hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you have missed any of the past few, then of course this whole series is linked in a playlist which you can find on my channel. I'll leave a link to that in the top right corner so you can go ahead and catch up. Do me a favour right off the bat and hit that thumbs up button at the start of today's video. That would be great, and check out all the links down below in the description for various social media outlets. That would be good, yeah. So moving on into today's episode, this is the team that I ended up in the weekend league with over the last few days. Dembele has been amazing for me, but of course the two newest signings are Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Gabriel Jesus. Now, I said at the end of that episode that I might sell them after the weekend league games because of the market crash, but I actually feel like we've kind of got two players there that are a little bit safer than others, because I think I bought Ibra at a great price, 72k. I'm pretty sure he's held that, if not gone up a little bit, and Gabriel Jesus has actually gone up like 7k since I bought him, so maybe I need to sell him a little bit, you know, closer to Black Friday and stuff, because, yeah, granted, he is only an 81 rated player. If there are loads of lightning rounds and stuff, maybe his price will come crashing down. If so, we need to have offloaded him at that point in time. And, you know, we could make good profit right now. But he's also like a key feature in our team, so as long as I'm happy with the team that I've got, maybe we should keep it. Or we could sell everything and have like an OP, really cheap team to be safe during these turbulent times in the market. You know, it'd be interesting to know what you guys are doing. Are you keeping some of your more expensive players because you enjoy them? Are you offloading them, trying to buy them back when they're a little bit cheaper down the line, and just using like an overpowered squad for now? That'd be interesting to know. So this particular first match of the day did not go very well at all. We're still in Division 6 because, you know, we're just working our way up, and we'd won 4 games in a row in this division, so I was expecting a complete and utter like walk in the park. And this was my first game of the day, especially on like peer-to-peer servers in the online seasons and stuff. And well, I went 2-0 down against someone who had a nice team, you know, kind of similar to mine. Lots of good players in the squad. I do get a goal back early doors in the second half. The Brazilian that we were just talking about, Gabriel Jesus, was able to stick that one into the back of the net, sending De Gea the wrong way. If he'd have missed from there, I would have been annoyed. Ibra then pushes forward, trying to get this equaliser, and that is what Ibra does best, is those heel clicks, and then he doesn't feel like 65 pace when he does those, because once he gets going, the movement and the strength that he has sort of propels him forward, and he's like, you can't stop him. It's so that's why I'm glad we've got him in the squad. Unfortunately, my opponent had him and scored a goal with him as well. I made a couple changes, and Heung-min Son was able to, well, he was able to glitch out in the celebration, but he was able to score the first shot that he got in this game. So if we do decide that we need to sell up some of the more expensive players, someone like Heung-min Son now is like 5,000 coins. So he'd be someone that we keep in the team, and of course someone that could be like our main feature if we were to go down the cheaper route for a little while. I had an opportunity there to get the equaliser right at the end of the game. De Gea saved it. I fluffed the run with Alessandrini, I have to admit. And then from the corner, I'm not even able to put a great ball into the box. Even though my goalie was up, we had a man up in the box to try and get that equaliser. It's not the case, and that's not a great first game of the day. We end up coming away with our first loss in Division 6. 3 goals to 2, but the match stats were like super even. It was going to go like 1 goal either way to one of the opponents, and it just so happened that my opponent beat me. Not to worry though, go on straight back into a new match, squad fitness applied, and we go on in and face up against another Premier League side. The variety of teams you come up against is basically just Premier League all the time, and as you can see by my team, I'm pretty much one of those guys as well. It's not fun. it's not different, you know, the variety's not there. It's just a little bit lacking. And I guess it's because the Premier League players fit the meta, so if that's the case, everyone's going to use them. You know, everyone knows that Gabriel Jesus is a complete and utter gem this year. Everyone seems to be playing Zlatan at cam. Whether or not another YouTuber has done that in this series, Nick plays him up front, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, everyone seems to be playing Zlatan at cam, and the responses from you guys were crazy, like telling me to get him at cam over Eriksen, which is nuts, considering Eriksen is a default cam and has the 5-star weak foot and stuff like that. So obviously people are noticing that pace decrease in Ibra means that he needs to be played in a more like prominent position for where that wouldn't matter as much, and definitely Cam is a great option for that. So we start this game off a lot more positive. 2 goals from Zlatan, the man himself, getting into the right spot to score, and I concede one of the worst, terrible little rubbish goals that you'll ever see. Just like a cluster fudge in the box, and Rashford is able to score the goal. Swear Rashford's got cheat codes, man. He just sticks everything in the back of the net. But so does Gabriel Jesus, and as you can see, he's in the right spot to pick up a little deflection or a little parry from the goalkeeper, and he is able to restore our 2-goal lead literally moments later. I'm not sure. You might be able to count that one as a kickoff goal, or it might have been a few moments later. I'm not 100% sure. However, Jesus plays it with Herrera, and then I just decide to run around the outside of him because I know that he was making these rash challenges, and I stick one in powerfully with his weak foot. Of course, he has a 4-star weak foot, so I'm expecting him to be able to finish from inside the box, and that he does, and we go 4-1 up in this match. It makes me think, that guy that we just played, who beat us and was a solid opponent, I wonder if he was actually in Division 6 like us, because I'm pretty sure there's like a 3-division sway, so he could be in Division 5, and then this guy could be in Division 7. Am I right in saying that? I think that's the way it's been in previous FIFAs, and if so, it would suggest that we just get matched up against one of the lower tier people when we come up against someone that we absolutely smash, and that someone else would be slightly higher in a higher division when we get beat. I don't know, it might just literally be circumstance, and people are the way they are, and they're all in the same division, and it just so happens that some people are completely running a train through it and others are struggling. It'd be interesting to know what your thoughts on that are as well. And actually, what division are you guys in? Do you play online seasons much? It's been a mode that I like to try and progress through, and then when it does get super sweaty in Division 2 and Division 1, I definitely lose focus on that, just because, I don't know, the enjoyment factor goes when you're just playing against people on a inferior connection that are just super good at the game for a maximum of like 15k reward if you win Division 1. So I don't think the rewards are good enough in online seasons. For the first few seasons when you are starting a road to glory, they're great, you know. For this one, we could get like 6,000 coins, which is a nice little bonus on top of everything, just for playing a few games in a row. And we are likely to win a division at this stage as well, especially with the team that we've got. And then I get matched up against this. This guy has got a super team in Division 6. He's got 4 icons. He's got ones to watch: Mbappe, Boateng, Neuer, Ramos, Kroos, Vidal. Like, the icons he's got are Maldini, Hadji, Litmanen and Shevchenko. I was nervous, to say the least, coming up against this chap. And then straight off the bat, like, I just don't tackle him. He runs through with Hadji, plays it to Mbappe, who takes a touch, takes the shot and scores the goal. What I didn't like was he then decided to shush me after 1 minute. Like, you don't even know me. You don't. There's no need. I've not annoyed this guy in this game enough to make him want to shush. So he obviously off the bat wants to annoy me. That made me turn on a little bit of the sweat mode. I really wanted this win at this point in time. I fluff a chance with Danny Rose. Some nice 1-2 football between Martial and Gabriel Jesus forces a good save out of Neuer. And then he just sprints forward again with Mbappe and nearly scores, but a good save from Ter Stegen in that instance. And then Martial, Gabriel Jesus linking up to get it to Ibra. And I am just not clinical right now. I have missed so many of them opportunities across different accounts over the last couple of days. It's nuts. But I do finally get the goal. Moussa Dembele, of all people, he actually comes in and scores some clutch goals for us in this series. I've got to say, a great midfielder, probably one of the best centre mids we've bought on this game for sure. He generally has a great left foot and scores lots of goals for the team. So I equalise in the game, and then Martial plays it back to Ibra, who knocks it through to Ander Herrera. First time, little finish into the back of the net, and of course, he's going to get the shush that time. I'm not going to shush him when I equalise, because that's a bit cocky. However, when I go back into the lead, of course, I'm going to hit him with the shush, as that's what he did to me. And the pause is cued, and he decides that's enough. 24 minutes, 1 goal down. I've come back, I've turned the game around, and he is going to quit. He is out of there with this super team. Nuts to think that he was about to quit just because of that. So yeah, a 2-1 rage quitter against that team. I was buzzing. I was really happy that we got that nice win there, and now we are only 1 point away from winning Division 6 in its entirety. We've guaranteed ourselves promotion. And then we get matched up against a team, Prem team again, lots of the similar players to us. He's got Bakayoko, Martial, Zlatan, Gabriel Jesus, you know. Of course, these are the players that really work on the game. And again, Zlatan's at cam for this guy as well. Martial nearly scores, but just taps it wide of the post, early doors for this guy. And then my Martial whips it into my Jesus, and Van Arnholt stops that one from going in. I'd beaten the goalie with that volley, but it was a great block from the left back there. And then I'm 2-on-1, and I decide to run it all the way with Gabriel Jesus, just because, like, if I try and pass it in that situation, I'm going to get intercepted, or the first touch that Martial takes is going to be poor. So I'm just going to focus on keeping it in the possession of the player that I've got and trying to score the goal, which luckily for me, I was able to do. He runs straight up the other end though, and doesn't score the kickoff goal. He actually hits the bar. He put a little bit too much power on that one, and unfortunately for him, it doesn't go in. Fortunately for me, we were able to keep our 1-0 lead. And then Dembele whips a lovely ball in on the stroke of half-time for Gabriel Jesus to nod home powerfully into the back of the net. This guy's actually got, like, pretty decent aerial ability for someone that isn't, like, tall or known for great heading. I don't know. Is he any good in real life with his head? I actually have no idea. But at half-time, we're winning 2-0 after having less possession, but more shots on goal. This guy was actually very, very good at holding the ball, and I have to say I was struggling. He was aggressive, so I wasn't able to keep the ball very long when I did get possession. And the whole of the second half was just him knocking at the door. I didn't really have much, and eventually, in the injury time in the 90th minute, the game decides that it wants to let him have the goal, and that's fine, because we'd already played a couple of minutes into the 90th, I'm pretty sure, and I knew that there's just no way I'm going to lose this game. I get possession with the kickoff. I basically just hold it, pass it off to Bakayoko, and the referee calls the final whistle. And even if he had scored an equaliser, I only needed 1 point, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. We get 6,000 coins on top of the 408 that we earned for the match. And of course, guaranteed promotion into Division 5. So we're now like halfway up the spectrum, and I imagine the opponents are going to start to get a little bit more difficult, more like the opponents we got in the first game. So in that case, like, we kind of need to keep some of these good players, because they can be game changers for us. And then maybe make use of our subs a little bit better. Zlatan has got a negative goal contribution per game, and then of course we've got 20 contributions in 15 games for Jesus. And well, as you can see, Martial, 109 goals, 106 assists in 130 odd games. That's just incredible. He has been next level for us this year, and that is why he is chilling in that striker spot above anyone else. So that today has been our episode of The Road to Glory. We've cracked and nailed Division 6 with our superior team that we've got right now. We could go ahead even and sell Varane and Carvajal and Ter Stegen and just go full Prem for a little bit. Can I hybrid this up a little bit more? Do I just sell everything and then go down like the variety route and try and get a cool new squad that maybe doesn't fit the meta but makes us happy by having fun on the game? I don't know. I'm testing things out. I'm yet to have done any squad battles this week. I definitely need to get on that so that I can get into Elite 3 or something, hopefully, for the week. That would be good. I think I'd need about 42,000 points to do that. It's just finding the extra hour per day to play those 4 games, and the featured game as well. Looking forward to playing Raheem Sterling and his 99 rated item. That could be fun. But smash a like on the video, guys, if you have enjoyed today. Don't forget, of course, to subscribe to the the channel if you're new around here. I'll catch you next time. Peace.